First of all, I love people from Beantown out here. And so congratulations to you and Emerson.
Congratulations. My name is Nick Antonakas, WBN Sports.
I'm here with a fellow Greek, George Karlaftis, at Super Bowl opening night.
The judicial branch could be facing budget cuts as soon as the summer, making efficiency of funds more important now than ever. Bow Elementary School is just about ready for dismissal. School bus is obviously lined up behind me here to pick up kids, but something's different today because of all the bus stop violations. We have cop cars lined up ready to escort buses to keep students safe. And the two juveniles who were alongside Jean Vier in this crime were actually not charged, and that was a big part of the defense's argument. Pelham students and teachers are having to go back in time to the days of writing on physical paper and using actual textbooks as schools are working to get back online. For the 14th time in history, the NFL honors are upon us, and New Orleans is playing host. From this vantage point here at Snow Hill, you can see fires as far as the eye can see. And these scammers kept sending the victim to this bank, her local bank here in Quincy, where she was scammed out of pulling over $100,000 out of her account. Guys, yeah, Jalen Hurts was just at the podium here behind me, had a lot to say about the distraction of the three-peat that's constantly being talked about by Chiefs media, Philly media, everybody's talking about it. With these warm and dry weather conditions, up ramps the risk of wildfires. Kevin O'Connell is the NFL's head coach of the year, but going back to his playing days, what did he learn from the greatest head coach of all time, Bill Belichick? 72 years of bonding between staff, memories made for customers, and jumbo baked stuffed lobsters. This is the 11th time that the Lombardi Trophy has arrived here in New Orleans, and this Sunday, the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles will battle for it. Kendrick Lamar is well known for his storytelling abilities on his albums like Good Kid, Mad City. Damn, he knows how to write a book on his albums. Welcome to WCVB Sports Center 5's Rapid Fire Wrap-Up. I'm Nick Antonakas. We begin tonight with the United States in their fight for gold in Paris at the 2024 Summer Olympics, and one of their recent gold medals coming in world record-breaking style. The greatest of all time was honored Wednesday night. Tom Brady was finally inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame. The Boston Red Sox are in the midst of a tight playoff race in hopes to make it back to the postseason for the first time since 2021. Now, while the team has come back down to earth a little bit since their incredible run starting back in mid-June, they sit 6.5 games behind the Yankees and Orioles, who are tied for first in the AL East. And the Boston Celtics are knocking on the door of an NBA championship. They are now just one win away from the NBA title after winning Game 3 of the Finals against the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combined for 61 points in the C's 106-99 win over the Mavs. They will look to close out the series and raise banner 18 in Game 4 on Friday, June 14th. Abreu was playing in his first game since his grandmother's passing, and instead of emotions holding him back, they pushed him and the Red Sox forward. Abreu cracked 2 home runs, one to tie the game and another 3-run shot to put the Sox up 6-2 in the 6th. An emotional Abreu said after the game that he was, quote, playing for her. I dedicated this game to her. I was playing with my heart in my hands. What a great story. That'll do it for WCVB Sports Center 5's Rapid Fire Wrap-Up. I'm Nick Antonakas. Good night.
Bow has seen a drastic increase in school bus violations. Cars have been passing stop buses, even with lights flashing and stop signs out. Police took action, heading out to Bow Elementary to increase patrols on school bus routes.
We're going to follow the buses along the routes, looking for any violations. We've had several complaints over the past couple of weeks. So we're going to be out there taking enforcement action, and we're going to hold people accountable.
Recently, the number of complaints has gotten out of control.
Just the other day, we got a report that a bus had 5 cars pass the stop sign.
Cruisers started escorting school buses yesterday and have already seen results. The first violation?
It was right here on Logging Hill. So within 2 minutes, it's the very first stop that bus makes.
That's Erin Smith, Bow's transportation coordinator, who has been fielding the complaints and passing them on to police. She's thankful to officers for stepping in to make a difference.
I truly feel blessed by all of the support in helping us try and keep, our community safe.
To police, it doesn't matter if you're running late or being impatient.
Our motto is drive slow and Bow, and when in doubt, to stop.
It's around 1 a.m. on Route 16 in Dover. Sarah Curtis, who's an Uber driver, was stuck at a traffic stop set up by police on her way back to her house. That's when this happened over police scanners. Police were chasing 28-year-old Moria Infinger, who was driving away at speeds as high as almost 100 miles per hour. Police were able to stop her car with a spike strip. After being at a standstill for nearly 45 minutes, Curtis remembers the moment where things took a serious turn.
I was kind of close to them because I thought maybe I was going to be able to go by them at some point. But then I saw them draw their guns and they took out their shields.
Robert Skinner, another rideshare driver who was stopped, thought it was a car crash at first. That was until police approached him around 2:15 a.m.
They were noticeably shaken. The trooper in question, he was very professional about it. He's like, turn around, go to exit 6.
Skinner says police being rattled made this situation feel different than any sort of accident he's seen before.
I've dealt with some of the state troopers and the local cops in my employment, and they don't generally act this way. So yeah, it was out of character for them.
After 59 Super Bowls, 11 of which were in New Orleans, we have the first ever Super Bowl parade. And if you look around me, this is insane. We've got giant floats, fans filling the streets, beads being thrown into the crowd. I have about 11 necklaces around me right now of gold beads that have been thrown off of these floats. And it just goes to show you, New Orleans knows how to party, and they also know how to put on a Super Bowl week. Happy Super Bowl!
It's no coincidence that the first ever Super Bowl parade is happening in a city like New Orleans. They're party professionals thanks to their world-famous Mardi Gras celebrations, and NOLA made sure to add their own twist to the debut Super Bowl parade. Raina Kliggensmith is a teacher in the city and says the parade is about celebrating the diverse community.
Being here in the city, I feel like we're such a melting pot here in New Orleans, and so I think it's so wonderful when everybody can come across the country and see what New Orleans has to offer, especially as far as parades go. New Orleans is the place for parades.
The parade took inspiration from the Mardi Gras costumes and floats. Louisiana natives like Lucy Ogeron, who drove 45 minutes to make it to the event, says it's a New Orleans staple.
Everywhere else around the world, it's a Tuesday, but Mardi Gras Day in Louisiana is a national holiday.
And like Mardi Gras, there was sure a lot of bead throwing, bands playing, and even some Eagles fans screaming. Even with all the celebrations, the recent tragedy in New Orleans was on the minds of many, including Kelly White, who lives in the area. On January 1st, a man drove a truck through Bourbon Street in the French Quarter, killing 14 and injuring nearly 60 in the terror attack.
I think that New Orleans could use a positive boost right about now.
And the parade gave people that boost. The bubbling resilience of the city wiped away the feelings of stress and grief and replaced them with joy. Ingrid Green sees it as an opportunity to unite people beyond the borders of Louisiana.
When you hear tragic events and then you have something like the Super Bowl comes to New Orleans and you have people from all over gathering and having a good time, that lets you know that bad, terrible things don't stop life.
From New Orleans, Nick Antonakas, WEBN Sports.